I've never had my vagina talk to me.
No.
Ever. No matter how drunk I've got in my life.
So I went onto Reddit, which is for gaming, a very interesting place. Yeah. I think you'd quite enjoy.
Really?
Just weird stories happen.
Fine.
And I was looking to try and find some interesting Sims storylines. Because on The Sims, you can basically make whatever storyline you want.
Right.
And I found one. It's by K_Sean. So shout out to you. It's a very long story with lots of twists and turns. We're going to read through it.
What's that?
And react to the events that unfold. Okay, so they said, my current game's story progress is pretty great. I started off with 2 bachelor brothers called Don, and he had his heart set on reaching the top of the political career. So I'm guessing he wanted to be like a president or something like that. Right. Yeah.
Aim high.
While his brother Jared was intense.
I hate that name.
You hate that name?
Jared.
They're both very American names, right? Really Don and Jared.
Red flag.
He was intent upon mastering the cooking skill and the logic skill. Jared was unemployed and he was living off his brother's income and spent much of his time getting to know the various ladies of the town.
Oh.
So basically we have Don, who very aspirational.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he wants to reach the top of the political career. And then there's Jared, who's like, yeah, I'm unemployed. I'm just living off my brother. But I do want to be a great cook. Yeah. So,
okay.
And he's spending his time getting to know the ladies. So Jared's first major relationship was with the pizza delivery woman, but he quickly moved on to courting one of Don's co-workers called Tori. So these are his relationships. Right, okay, yeah. He met Tori, who is Don's co-worker, at Don's political fundraising event. Love that.
He's a charity man.
Yeah. He wasn't super serious about Tori, but he did end up getting her pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
is where
there.
the first...
No, we haven't.
The first twist. Well, you've got someone pregnant. Okay.
Yeah. All the time.
Okay, so he got her pregnant.
Yeah.
And he invited her over to break things off.
Shit.
Since he started seeing someone else.
Right.
Yeah, as you do. But then she went into labour as he was trying to break it off.
How long did he leave it? To tell her?
3 days in The Sims world. So it must have been 3 days.
It moves fast.
So he's tried to break it off with her because he's seeing someone new. But she goes into labour and they had to head off to the hospital together to have their son.
At least he went.
Yeah, he went with her.
I
He's a stand-up guy, Jared.
I'll book you the Uber. Uber or Bolt.
So their son Everett was born. And Jared, he had a change of heart. And he decided that he wanted to make it work. He got married and he tried to raise the son.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the bar was on the floor for her if she accepted that.
Well, I think she did because they planned the wedding.
Right.
And he confessed at the wedding to cheating on Tori. And she was not pleased, to say the least.
Yeah.
As like perfectly natural. And no matter how hard he tried to make amends, Tori had no interest in maintaining...
Tori's still trying to make amends.
Yeah, no, so Jared's still trying to make amends with Tori.
Jesus Christ.
No matter how many times he tried to make amends, Tori had no interest in maintaining any sort of friendship with Jared.
See ya.
Bye. Meanwhile, we're back to Don now. He's here. Meanwhile, Don had begun dating the woman across the street called Jamie.
Woman next door.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Don't have to drive.
Exactly. His political career was taking off, so he's doing well.
Right.
And he decided he needed a companion to get him a better chance at winning over the voters. So, you know, in those movies where like
a dog.
I think he meant politician needs like the happy relationship.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it meant a dog, but you know.
I'd vote for someone with a dog. So
Jamie worked odd hours at the hospital though, and wasn't too interested in going out with Don most nights of the week.
Right.
Fair enough.
Cheers.
So Don eventually decided to break things off, but he could never get a hold of Jamie since she was always working to break it off with her. So he decided to start dating other women while still trying
You should just put a note for a door.
Exactly. Door. If you can't, can they not send text?
You're
like,
dumped.
They definitely have phones.
100%. They've probably got MSN in this game.
Exactly. So basically he just started dating other women. He still hadn't broken it off, but as you do. By this point, both brothers, while desperate for love, ended up with bad reputations for having cheated.
Wow.
I mean, they did say at the beginning that there were 2 bachelors, so...
Yeah, they warned us.
They're living up to their names. Okay, Jared and Don made the decision to move house to the house next door to Tori and Everett. So Tori and Everett is his baby mum and Jared's son.
Right.
So I think
They
that's
moved
quite...
house.
They've moved house next door to them. Basically so that Jared could spend more time with his son, which I think is quite sweet.
Oh, you did live next door, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Don would come along and chat with Tori since they were good friends from work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jared
no.
desperately wanted to patch things up with Tori still, and enough to ask her and their son to move in with them, right?
Right. Big steps.
But she was still too disgusted with him
As
to
she
move
should.
in.
Queen.
Don decided that the only way to unite their families would be to court Tori himself.
Right.
Right, so Don
wants to...
court his brother's baby mum.
Right.
In order to unite the family,
Bring
as
back
you do.
Jeremy Kyle.
Yeah, a stand-up guy.
Right.
Uniting the family.
He's doing it for the family.
Yeah, so
What a
he
nice
decided
man.
to court Tori in hopes of capturing her heart and convincing her to move in after all.
Right.
So now...
How could that go wrong?
Yeah. Things went so well between Don and Tori
I believe
that she
it.
quickly agreed to move in and even become Don's girlfriend. How does Jared feel about this? Because
I'd be fuming.
Yeah.
I'd be foaming at the mouth.
well, they live together
Like,
as well,
don't kiss her.
and they have to be in the same room. Your son's there.
I bet the sun's gone. I swear that was...
I swear that was my uncle
That's
a
my
minute ago.
Yeah, no,
Very
it's not good.
confusing for our Everett, but you know. Jared was thrilled to have Everett moving in, but was hurt by the fact that his brother was now dating his baby mama.
Here we are.
Perfectly normal feeling, I think, Jared. So Jared rushed off to the park to distract himself with some fishing. I mean,
that's another red flag.
what? 'Cause he's
Men
fishing.
with fish. I bet his profile picture's him with a carp. 100%.
Where he met bbheart. So he's met a woman now.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Yeah, I think they got on quite well. Let me see, because all my cards are sticking
Oh,
together.
stick together. Great.
It's a cliffhanger.
It's just-
We're never going to find
I'm
out.
shaking. Oh. love
There we
that.
go. The rest of the story is here. So bbheart is met at the park whilst he's fishing.
Yeah.
Entranced and still desperate to make a lasting connection, they quickly became friends, then started dating, and finally got engaged, all in that one evening in the park.
Fair enough.
He's not
Wow.
messing about. He was hurt.
He's hurt.
Yeah, this seems like a rebound to me, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I wouldn't have that if I was BB.
But
What do I
she
know?
probably does. Do you reckon he told her?
She was just there to fish.
Do you reckon he told her his whole story?
No. I think he said, I'm really upset. Let's get married.
Why not?
Hell in there.
I can't believe she agreed to it. Things are really looking up for the two formerly bachelor brothers. They're no longer bachelors.
No.
They decided to upgrade their home to something more befitting of a large family, led by a leading politician. So they're rich now as well. Good times. They're now living in the most expensive house in town. The brothers decided to get their backyard ready for a swanky red wedding for Jared and
Red
Bea.
wedding?
No, I just pronounced it wrong.
Oh, sorry. That's
not Game of
that was my
Thrones, yeah.
concern, yeah.
Yeah, a swanky wedding for Jared and BB because
Okay.
they're going to get married. Jared sent the invites out while Don and Tori took care of now toddler Everett. So Don is now taking care of Jared's son
He didn't
because
sign
Jared's
up for
too
that.
yeah. Well, he might have done, you know. Everett's now a toddler, so he's grown up a bit
Worse
now.
age.
Yeah, his birthday was fast approaching, so he might be becoming
Bet
a
it was,
child soon.
yeah.
Yeah. As the guests began to arrive, Jared headed out to greet them and invite them inside. But this is another twist and turns the story. As soon as BB arrived, Jared discovered that she had been unfaithful. So BB had now cheated on Jared.
Karma comes at you fast.
It does. What goes around comes around.
It really does.
As they say. He was distraught, never thinking that he himself could be betrayed.
They never
but,
do.
you know, he'd done a fair amount of cheating himself.
Love that for
So
her.
karma. But now what to do? Because they've got the whole weddings ready
Right.
to be set up in the garden. All the guests have arrived and they didn't want it to go to waste. So Don
No.
quickly brought Tori out
Oh.
to the wedding arch and he proposed to her. She said yes and they were married right away.
That's so muggy.
Yeah, so Don
Didn't even like her.
Don not only stole Jared's baby mama,
Yeah.
but on the day that Jared found out that his
Worst day
soon-to-be
of his
wife
life,
was
yeah.
cheating, his brother then stole his wedding.
There's a lesson to learn out of this.
What's the lesson?
Don't go fishing. That's the
It's true.
lesson of this whole story.
True. I feel like Don's definitely getting the better end
Don's
of the
living his
stick.
life. He's a politician. He has
Maybe
a
he
wife.
secretly feels that Jared uses him because Jared's obviously
Oh my
unemployed.
God, so he's getting his money's worth from him using him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Payback.
Payback.
Love that.
Though most of the guests missed the wedding since Sorry, this is not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. Most of the guests actually missed the wedding when it happened, since one of the senior guests was in the middle of dying.
Died.
Yeah, dying in the children's nursery.
Oh,
where toddler Everett, so the old person at the wedding, was dying in the nursery, whilst toddler Everett had aged up to childhood mere moments before. So imagine, you're a young toddler, you're having your birthday, aging up, and as you do, someone dies right in front of you in your nursery.
I'd be fuming.
I would be. It's like stealing your moment.
Leave the room.
It's like rude.
Yeah.
Can you not?
Have some respect.
Anyway, it's been a few days now since that ill-fated event turned joyous affair.
Oh.
Jared has since been waiting outside of BB's front porch till she arrives home from work so that he could break things off with her.
I think she's already done that.
Yeah, I think she just told them everything he needs to know. I feel like he should just get the picture,
needs
really.
to go. Get on Tinder or Hinge or something.
Yeah. I feel like the real person that I want to know from the perspective of is Everett.
I agree.
Yeah. And whilst he was waiting for her, Jared, he even had the chance to befriend her aging parents.
Well, so he's just next week anyway, by the time this game goes.
And the very next day, Jared got a call from the pizza delivery woman, who he originally started dating and then sacked off. She was before Tori, asking him out on a date. I mean, perhaps Jared's chances of love aren't completely dead yet. He needs to get a job.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, that was the end. I feel like he needs to get a job.
He needs to do something. He needs to stop.
Why did he befriend BB's old parents?
Maybe this is his calling. He should become a nun or something like that.
Maybe.
A priest.
Maybe. I think Everett needs to go to counselling.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things that needs to happen there. Don needs to move away.
Don and Tori need to get out. And why are they all living together?
Fuming. Very weird.
They need to have a sit down with Jared and just say, look.
Give me Texas vibes. So I'm not into that.
Yeah.
Jared needs to move out. That's very embarrassing.
He needs to get a job.
Get a job. Yeah.
I wonder what BB's doing.
Not much, probably.
Probably
just still cheating about.
I don't think she was serious.
I think she's having a great time.
I think it was a red flag that she agreed to get married on the same night as meeting him as well.
I can only agree. That's like, Pam and Tommy.
Yes.
Those vibes. Look how that turned out.
I know. I did love that series, though.
Amen.
It really made me want a boob job.
Did you see? Posted his. Me too. But he posted his penis on Instagram the other day.
Yeah, I did see this. Was it real? Like, genuine.
Literally screenshotted it because I was like,
but was it an old photo? Because he looks young in the photo. Like, he's got. You can see his hair. He looks quite young.
Maybe.
Because he's older now, right?
But it was like flaccid and impressive.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
It looked similar to in the series.
Yeah, so. And that was weird. I didn't expect anything like that to pop out at me on the series. I was like, oh.
The part which was the most weird was when it was talking
to him.
Yeah.
I've never had my vagina talk to me.
No.
Ever. No matter how drunk I've got in my life.